Hi everyone, Simon speaking, another video for you guys on YouTube. Time is 1953 in digital, 7:53 in analog. It's the 2nd of September 2018, and this video is an NEO forecast for the Atlantic Ocean and Pacific sea temperatures and what's going on across the world globally as well. So, as you can see, we have the Pacific Ocean sea temperature. Now, if the sea temperature up here is very warm, like it is over here, really red colours over here, and not any blue at all, then that is a precursor for us having a very mild and very stormy, mild and wet winter across northwestern Europe, across the United Kingdom. But if the sea temperature over here is very cold and icy like it is down here, and that lot is up here, then that is a precursor for a very cold winter across northwestern Europe, across England, United Kingdom. So, as you can see, it's 50-50 split at the moment, so it makes it more harder to predict. And down here we have the central part of the Pacific Ocean. Now this is Peru over here. This bit is cold at the moment. Now computer models are predicting a very sort of strong or moderately strong El Nino this winter. Well, I just don't see it on the computer models. I just don't see anything happening. The best and the last chance it's got an El Nino to really get itself starting to go and base itself is in the central part, and we call it El Nino Jokio effect over here. Looks possible still, but time is running out. If it doesn't happen to pop up by October, the game's up for it for this coming winter. So it looks like to me a very weak El Nino or a very weak La Nino or ENSO neutral based winter coming out this year. And over here you have got the Atlantic. Now you've got this contrast of sea cold temperatures up here in the North Atlantic and the warm part over here. And another thing that's quite interesting, and it is very interesting, is and this is what we call a tripod across the Atlantic. This can be, if the sea temperature up here is very warm, it isn't unfortunately, and then the middle part of the Atlantic over here is very cold around here, and then down here is very hot and warm, then you have a tripole, and that would indicate a very cold winter. The prediction is lately from the 1st of July this year is not going to be not going to be a very cold winter. But though these things are experimental, and I can't guarantee this is going to actually happen. We could have a cold period for this winter at the beginning or at the end. It just varies on wind direction and pressure, what's over you, and so on and so on. And what really helps have a cold winter, and we're going to get to it right this minute, as you can see, the Pacific and here is quite warm, not the Pacific, because the Atlantic, the central part of the Atlantic is quite warm now. Well, a few months ago, this is the first day, a few days of June, this is the beginning of June, the 4th of June, you see how this very cold seahorse shape around here, oh yeah, like a horseshoe, right around there, and down here it was quite cold off the west coast of Africa. That prevented hurricanes going across the Atlantic and hitting Florida over here and the Caribbean Islands. That protected them, and that can actually, if you get a lot of hurricanes across the Atlantic as we did last year, that can be a precursor for us having a cold winter across northwestern Europe. It helps. It does help. It does lots of cold water in the North Pole, and it just helps us have a cold winter. So at the moment it doesn't look very good, but there is a possibility, and it is actually happening. As you've seen, it has warmed up now down here, so the potential is it could be a very, very late bad hurricane season for Florida and the Caribbean Islands. So I wouldn't go on holiday to Florida or the Caribbean Islands this autumn. I would cancel your holiday. I hope you've got hurricane insurance, because you're going to need it if you are going, because there's going to be at least 2, I think, or 3 moderate hurricanes and 2 major hurricanes in the next 2 months. But I could be wrong. But half of my predictions are usually right, or majority of them are. And I wouldn't be surprised. I was tracking this system off the west coast of Africa, and I called. It wasn't. I think it was a tropical storm, or was planning a tropical storm. I think it's tropical storm Florence now, and I think it's going to head across the Atlantic. There's 3 possible ways it could go. We'll have a look at it now and see what prediction it is. Here it is. Oh, it's Hurricane Florence. Okay. So this is this is Hurricane Florence. Now, I think it's going to hit. There's three ones. It can go this way and hit Florida. That's one. Or we can go up this way by Bermuda and go that way. That's one power line. There's two power lines. That's two. The third power line on it just goes like that. And that makes the computer models across the Atlantic and northwestern Europe, especially where the United Kingdom is, harder to predict what's going to happen. It makes it more uncertainty with the weather forecast. So that's what's giving us a headache for us across the United Kingdom at the moment with the weather forecast. We don't know what's going on. Then there's a high pressure moving retrograde northwest, northeast, that makes it even harder to predict. So there's not very much in the way I can say what's going to happen in the weather for the next 2 or 3 weeks. All I can say is a lot of uncertainty. So expect the unexpected, hailstone storms, a mini heat wave like we had having this weekend, or a tornado, maybe a mini tornado or something uncertain, unexpected, something you don't usually see, something really strange is coming our way with the weather. Be prepared for it. Be ready for it across the United Kingdom. So that's the Atlantic. You've got this one here. It's looking like it's going to the tropical, or at least a depression or tropical storm hitting Florida in the next 2 to 3 or 4 days. And that's that one. And then there's this one that's coming up off the west coast of Africa. Like I said to you earlier, the breeding ground for the hurricanes and across the Atlantic is getting more perfecto for them. Perfect, and you name it. We can look and see what the computer models are predicting, but I wouldn't guarantee this is going to happen. This is just a prediction. At the end of the day, this can always change. See what it's saying. Staying as a tropical storm up to next Friday at 8 a.m. in the morning, Eastern Atlantic Ocean time. They're heading towards Bermuda by the looks of it. It's up there. It could come by us though, swing by Bermuda. We just don't know. That's the problem. We just don't know. God is in it. God is up. It's up to God at the end of the day. God has the power to do what He likes. You believe in God. So yeah, there you go. Let's look at the Pacific. That's a tropical storm. 45 miles per hour in it. That's gone back to Category 4, 130 miles per hour. It's a hurricane. They're heading towards Hawaii. They might miss Hawaii. I don't know if they hit Hawaii. One's already hit Hawaii this year. Hit Hawaii badly. Those are the predictions by this computer model. That's going to turn into a hurricane. Blimey. That's going to... Whoa. There's Hawaii. As I said to you guys earlier. Going to be very close to hitting Hawaii, that one is very close to hitting Hawaii. Looks like the North Island's going to get hit, just about. Definitely in the firing line to, this year, Hawaii is, for hurricane activity. So let's look at the prediction weather, you name it, weather global satellite radar scanner. So here we go. These are the two, let's say, tropical storm and hurricane across the Pacific, heading towards Hawaii. That is actually basically over here. There's Hawaii. They're in trouble, in danger. And then we'll look at the Atlantic. So that's the one that's got not going to turn into depression or a tropical storm. That one's to watch off the east coast of Florida at the moment. And then these are the that's the tropical storm Florence that could hit anywhere. Maybe it might come towards us. I don't know. It might hit Bermuda. And then there's that system up there. Interesting. Very interesting. Not in a hurricane yet. That's interesting. That's just a low pressure system. And then there's this new one here that could turn into a hurricane or a tropical storm. And there's more on the way. That's that one there that could turn into a hurricane or tropical storm. Like I was saying to you earlier, it looks like 2 major hurricanes and 2 moderate hurricanes. Whoa! Look at that. That's explosive. That's going to be a deadly one. It makes it across the Africa, and there's more in the firing line. So you can see what I mean about hurricane situation across the Atlantic. It's coming back into serious worry for the one that lives across the Atlantic Ocean, the Caribbean islands, and this Florida Keys and that. They've got to be worried now, big time, very worried, and we have to be a little concerned about it too. And anyway, if you want a cold winter, that's the only way to a cold winter. That's one way to a cold winter: have hurricanes across the Atlantic and tropical storms. It helps us. So it's looking like it's possible we might have a cold winter across the United Kingdom, like last winter. But I'm not in the winter, but like that was in the spring, but this year. But we could have it where we should have it for a change. It might be early this year. I don't know. Anyway, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. May the force be with you always. May the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thank you for listening to Simon Evans. The force be with you always. Thank you for listening. Bye, everyone.